Welcome to the channel. My name's Marty Owings, and today we'll do some sketching at an old train depot. In 1916, the Osceola train depot was built for the Minneapolis-St. Paul and Sault Ste. Marie railroads. At one time, depots just like this one were everywhere in America, carrying freight and passengers from big cities to small towns like this one in west central Wisconsin. Steam engines rolled across the American frontier and through the prairie lands of the upper Midwest. By the early 1900s, a vast network of railroads connected the East Coast with the West Coast and all major points in between. By 1945, American railways had carried 43 million members of the armed forces in 114,000 special troop trains. In the 100 years before World War II, most Americans traveled by rail, and most freight in the country was moved the same way. Americans enjoyed traveling by rail, and it was often a more affordable way to travel than other means. The once mighty American railroad system was dying. By 1961, the last passenger trains running from the Twin Cities to Osceola were shut down. By the 1970s, after more than a decade of neglect, the old depot was scheduled for demolition. Through the generous support of the community and other organizations, the old depot was spared the wrecking ball and in the year 2000 was added to the National Register of Historic Places. Today I think I'll start with a basic sketch, and this will give me a sense of the place. I don't have a straight edge with me, but I'm going to try to get the perspective as right as I can here to start with the basic blocking in of shapes on this particular pencil sketch. I kind of rush for the detail a little bit here, which I want to avoid, but I'll do my best. Still early spring, well, I wouldn't say early, but still springtime here in the upper Midwest, so it's a little chilly in Minnesota, Wisconsin where I'm at, but it'll warm up soon enough. But I like days like this, and I'm all alone here at the depot. The depot and the trains that service this depot are run by the Minnesota Transportation Museum, so they still run daily excursions on this railroad during the summer and fall months, and it's quite popular around here. People love to come up and see the fall colors by train. A really neat experience and a great group. Trying my best to kind of block in the major stuff without getting too caught up in the detail, but I always find myself maybe rushing a little bit too fast to the details. I should worry a lot less about that and just concentrate on blocking things in. As we kind of look at this and compare it to the depot, I think I'd like to do this in gouache maybe, and I would take another shot at it. Right now, watercolor is what I have with me, so that's what I'm using. I definitely can see myself rushing into the detail way too fast. There's a lot of things on this that I like, especially the perspective, considering I didn't have a ruler or anything to measure things or do my lines by. I think for a freehand just simple sketch, this is just fine. But I think about the steps of this and, what I should be doing in terms of just trying to get a regular rendering of the building. And I don't think that like every line has to be perfect or anything like that. But again, I just find myself too much in a hurry to rush to the detail. That's something I'm trying to be more disciplined about in both my sketching and my painting. I don't think it's something you need to hurry along, and often found that drawings come out better or paintings better when you don't rush into that detail too soon, when you just allow the work to breathe a little bit, to be defined by the colors and the sort of blocking in of features of that particular building or person or landscape you're trying to do. So I think it would have greatly simplified this on the second go around. Yeah, I'm trying to get this side of the building a little darker because it's in shadow, but I can see that, I can already start to see where the drawing is coming apart for me a little bit. I mean, and especially in the painting, because I should be making the upper part of the depot where all that brickwork is a little bit darker and more in shadow if I were doing this justice. Places like the Osceola Depot connect us to our history. They give us a sense of what the people and places of that era were like, how they lived, what they experienced, how they went to work every day, and how they traveled. Imagine how many goodbyes and welcome homes were said here, how many tears of sadness and joy fell on these stone walkways and on the hardwood floors of the waiting area. It seems the more I tried to clean this up, the worse it got. So at some point, I'll probably try to start over and make a better go of it. But that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. So long, everybody. This has been Marty for owingsart.com.